And why 1.96? For two-tailed test, it is 1.96. For one-tailed test, it is 1.645. Let it be a two-tailed test. So if the calculated Z-score is more than 1.96, what are you supposed to do? You have to reject the null or accept the null. Come on, yeah, we have discussed heavily in the morning. When the calculated statistics is more than the table statistics, we have to reject the null. That is our learning, right? Another equivalent statement is p-value should be less than 5%. I'll do it. See here, the fat content of 13 cooking oil bottles is listed. How do I get these results? Because I did a sampling. I took 13 cooking oil bottles and I understood that there are, the fat content is this much. So 13 readings are available. And my doubt now is whether the cooking oil, let me write something here, whether the fat content is as per the specification or not. What is the specification? 15%. When I say fat content is equal to 15%, tell me what is this statement? Is it null hypothesis or alternate hypothesis?
Null.
Wow, beautiful. This is null hypothesis. I will give it the symbol H0. Can one of you tell me what is the alternate hypothesis now?
Not equal to 15.
Beautiful. So alternate hypothesis H1 is fat content not equal to, I don't have the symbol, maybe I use this, not equal to 15. And what is this test? Two-tail test or one-tail test? Two-tail test, right?
Two-tail.
And this is going to be Z-test or T-test? Z-test or T-test? It will be Z-test. Yeah. You can also be correct. I am also right. It will be Z-test if the population standard deviation is known. This will be T-test if standard deviation is unknown. We will do both cases, right? So first case, let us assume the population standard deviation as 2.6. I think you all remember the number. This is what we had. So we are going to do one sample test now. Go to stat, go to basic stat. Do you see one sample Z here? Yes. Stat, basic stat, one sample Z test. And now Minitab is asking, how is your data? Do you have summary of the data or do you have the data in the column? I have data in the column. Select that and come here. Now Minitab is asking you, where is the data? Where is the data? Data is given in column number 1. Select this. Standard deviation, known standard deviation. Is it known to you how much it is? Standard deviation?
2.06. 2.6.
2.6. And now you need to perform the hypothesis test. What is the hypothesis mean? What is your null hypothesis? Mean equal to 15. Mean equal to 15. I have instructed Minitab. See, Minitab is a software. I can talk to the machines, talk to the software only through mathematics and stats. So I am talking to Minitab through mathematics. And now I go to option. What is the confidence level you want in your decision? 95%?
95%.
That means how much is your alpha? That means your alpha is
0.5.
5%, not 0.5. Alpha is 5%. You say alpha equal to 5% or confidence equal to 95%, confidence level equal to 95%, both are same. Your alternate hypothesis, you said it is a two-tail test. See here, it is already mentioned. Mean not equal to hypothesis mean. You want to make it right tail, choose the last one. You want to make it left tail, choose the first one. For two-tailed, the tabulated Z-score is going to be 1.96. For left or right tailed, the tabulated Z-score is going to be 1.645. I will go for two-tailed. So what is that? What is going to be the table value? 1.96. Right. Now I give OK. Minitab will do everything for me. Minitab has completed the test in no time. See here, test of mean. Topic, one sample Z test on fat. Variable is fat. Number of sample size is 13. Sample mean is 16.6. Sample standard deviation is 2.06. Sample standard deviation is denoted as capital S. Sample standard deviation should be denoted as capital S. What is population standard deviation 2.6? That is sigma. Do you understand the difference between sigma and SA?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anything
Yes, sir.
related to the population should be called a parameter. Anything related to sample should be called as statistics. For population, it is parameter. It is sigma and mu. For sample, it is statistics. It is capital S and X bar. And now, what is this? Anybody tell me? Standard
Error of
mean. How to calculate standard error of mean? Standard deviation divided by square root of n.
Square root of n.
N is 13. Standard deviation is this much. But how is it useful? This is useful to find out my confidence interval. Do you see confidence interval here? 15.18 and 18.03. You see here?
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Yes, sir. Yes.
you know how this 18 is coming? Mean, sample mean plus 2 times standard error of mean will give you 18. Sample mean minus 2 times standard error of mean will give you 15. To be precise, instead of using 2, you must use 1.96. You know why it is 1.96? Because it is a two-tailed study. So sample plus 2 times, plus sample mean plus 1.96 into standard error of mean gives you confidence interval. What is confidence interval? You are 95% confidence that the fat content in the cooking oil is going to be between 15.15 and 18.03. This is the statement. And now the calculated Z value. How much is the calculated Z value? Come on, tell me. How much is the calculated Z value?
2.22.
Very good. Now tell me, calculated Z value is 2.22. Is it greater than 1.96?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
So what should I do? I should reject the null. Am I correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Deviation is more.
Yes. I should reject the null. Alternate method. P value. Do you see P value given by Minitab? Yes or no?
0.027.
Very good. Now tell me, is that P value 0.027? Is it less than 0.05?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So what should you do? Reject the null. Whether you are comfortable with the Z-score method or with the p-value method, decision is same. Now let us come to the point. Rejecting the null means what? What do you mean by rejecting the null?
Further
Will be less.
experiment on alternate. Further experiment on alternate.
Fat content is not equal to 15%. The company's claim is wrong. The company has printed in all the cooking oil bottle that fat content is how much? 15%.
15%.
But it is not 15%. Now you can, with this evidence, you can now file a suit against the company. You get the point?
Yes, sir.
Want to be further, gain confidence, or you need further clarity, then you can, investigate further. That is up to you. But right now, now the data from the study can now be trusted. You can trust your data, and you can say that the cooking oil fat content is not equal to 15%. Because the sample average 16.6 is far away from the target. Target is 15, but observed is 16.6. When you designed the process in such a way that fat content is 15%, how come it be 16.6? 16.6 is not, within the boundary region. It has crossed the boundary. And how did I know it has crossed the boundary? The p-value. Is it easier now doing Z test in Minitab? Come on, students, is it easy?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So it's very simple. I repeat it for you. Go to stat, go to basic stat, one sample Z test. and data in column. Minitab is asking you where is the data, select it, and then known standard deviation should be given because it is Z test. Hypothesized mean is 15. Put the tick mark here, go to option, 95% confidence level, and alternate hypothesis, mean not equal to hypothesized mean. Give okay, again okay, your job is done. Suppose imagine the population standard deviation is not known. When population standard deviation is not known, what hypothesis testing you should do?
Not known t-test.
One sample t-test. Do that. Data in the column. Click. Select the data. Perform the hypothesis test. Hypothesized mean is 15. Now it is not asking the population standard deviation because it is t-test. Population standard deviation is not known to you. Option. 95% confidence level. Mean not equal to hypothesis mean. Okay. Again, okay. Now the test conducted is one sample t-test. This is the null statement versus the alternate statement. And now what is the p-value? Tell me p-value. Is it p-value?
0.016.
Yeah, that means is it less than 0.5%?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Since p-value is less than 0.5%. So
Rejected.
then whether you do the Z test or t-test, decision is same.
Yes, sir.
However, Z test is more accurate. Wherever possible, go for the Z test. Is that clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now I will open another file. We'll do two sample t-test. Just a second. I'm just getting another file.